$5,000, the minimum, did great, you know? And then we kind of like say, okay, do you want to add a little bit more? Do you want to test $7,000? And then, okay, that works even better. Okay, do you want to test $10,000? Okay, maybe that didn't work quite as well. Let's maybe bump it back down to 8. That's probably the sweet spot. So that's something we do for our clients.
Ian Ross wants to know, in your experience, should the call to action change depending on the avatar?
The avatar is going to be similar. If someone does land or someone buys multifamily or something like that, what we do is we call our system a franchise-like system. So we know the scripts that work really well. So we're going to stick pretty dang close to those scripts because they've worked for a lot of real estate investors throughout the country. These are the ones that I started with, that I tested, and then we tested in other markets. So if someone says that they do land, we can say, we buy houses and land, or we buy houses, land, and multifamily, or we love mobile homes. You know, we might add some things like that if there's a certain asset class that they're looking to buy. We actually have one guy that's crushing land right now. He's in, I'm going to tell you the exact market, but it's in the South. And he added land to his commercial. In the last 3 months, he's done $200,000 land deals because they don't know what they're worth. They're like 10 acres out in the sticks a little bit. He picked them up for like 25,000, split them up into 3 lots and sold them for like 150. I mean, the numbers were pretty similar on both deals.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can tweak it a little bit for what their audience is, even though the avatar, the person that you're marketing to, is pretty similar.
And then follow-up question from Ian: what were some of the challenges you faced as a company getting to the state where you have the confidence you have now in terms of knowing what numbers work in different markets?
Number one, my media guy. I mean, when I went to him and I said, hey, we're going to launch this throughout the US, let's create a system for this. So we documented every single market, what the amount of households is, which can tell us about the amount of population that's there. And then we put a range. You know, when I say $5,000, that's the minimum. Like you can, like some of those markets, you can spend up to 15, right? Or even more. So when I say $5,000, that's the minimum to get started. I recommend, if someone can afford it, to go a little bit higher. So basically, we took a range in each of those markets and said, okay, if someone's in Kansas City, Missouri, it needs to be $8,000 minimum, and they could start up to $20,000 if they wanted to. So really, it was just documenting that, and then we test that, and we put those ad spends out there, and then start launching our clients, and realize $5,000, the minimum, did great, you know? And then we kind of like say, okay, do you want to add a little bit more? Do you want to test $7,000? And then, okay, that works even better. Okay, do you want to test $10,000? Okay, maybe that didn't work quite as well. Let's maybe bump it back down to 8. That's probably the sweet spot. So that's something we do for our clients. To have the confidence to know what the ad spend is, I mean, it's just, you know, doing it enough that we know what numbers work.
We're having the right people.
And having the right people, for sure.
Yep.